Hello and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we discuss albums, artists, and eras of R&B thoroughly and honestly. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And we are welcoming back one of our absolute favorite folks.
Yes, God.
And his name is Vernell, but we call him Neltron. Welcome, brother.
What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? I'm always. This is we family. I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So yeah, it's just continue where we started before we even hit record. So always
Right.
happy. Thank y'all for always inviting me, having me, and just discussing the thing that we love, which is music.
Absolutely. So, JR, how
Yeah.
about you tell the folks what we're going to be talking about today and why?
Okay, so today we will be discussing Maxwell's Embrya. Yes. She, as you see,
Sure.
she's giving you all the dramatics because she's so happy to talk about this album. So Neltron has been doing our Catch That Mini so many times. So it was finally time for him to cross over to the other side and do an album because his Catch That Minis be an hour anyway. So it was just like, yo, let's just pick an album for him to do. And he picked Maxwell Embrya. So it was just like, yo, we are hyped. Nobody talks about this record at all. So we're going to really get into this album and why it's so underrated till this day and all that. But now try asking you the first question, of course. When did you get into Maxwell?
Um, when I heard Till the Cops Come Knocking, which is off his Urban Hang Suite. And to be honest, I didn't like the single when it came out. I was like,
Go ahead, do it, Elise. Go ahead, do it,
uh
just like you did me. Go ahead. Yeah.
He saw
it
the episode.
I heard it and I was like, okay, who's this dude? He sounds like he got some Marvin Gaye in him or whatever, and the track is very smooth. And then I heard Ascension and and then I heard the album. So once I heard Urban Hang Suite, which y'all audiences out there, go check out B Cox in this episode where he did Urban Hang Suite. Please go check that out. It was a very dope episode. But yeah, after Urban Hang Suite came out, he went on tour. I think he made the Unplugged album after
Mm-hmm.
that. And then I'm riding down the street. I'm riding down around my neighborhood, and I hear Coco Cure's single, and then here comes Embrya, and I'm just like, wow, okay, let's
It's,
uh let's get into this.
it's just the fact that after Urban Hang Suite, it was kind of like music. This is the shift in '98 to me. That's when the
Mhm.
shift happened because, mind you, we have gotten back to back with D'Angelo, Maxwell, and Erica.
Mhm.
Blessed us with all that. They do live albums afterward to show that they are really talented.
Mhm.
And then it's just like Rodney Jerkins comes into play. Timberland comes into play. Now music is starting to have a shift. So for me, I'm like, where are they gonna go? You know what I mean? Because they fit so well in that realm of music we were in then. So now it's becoming a little bit more electronic, experimental in '98. So it's like, where are these artists gonna go? Like, where is like, because they got so
And
much depth.
like we were just talking about 98 was hip hop, 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 hip hop.
Yes,
Even even the Timberlands and the Jerkins had trouble getting through.
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
They
very
didn't have
true.
no number ones hardly,
No, they didn't.
albums anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
so it
Yeah.
was all hip hop albums because the charts weren't separated. And
Mm-hmm.
it was maybe three, maybe four R&B artists that had a number one album in 98. But go ahead.
Wow.
That's real. That's
Wow.
real.
Yeah.
So it was like, where do you go? So then you heard Maxwell's first single, right? Like Neltron said, it's like, oh, really? This is where he going. And I think it confused a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because how Elise said, they love to keep us in this box.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody wanted him to give us that slow type of vibe, not knowing if you listen to Urban Hank Sweet, he does have a couple of grooves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why didn't they adapt to this? I don't understand. But see, on my end, I'm gonna have to say, because when the song came out, I was on Brandy. I was there. Them two albums came out the same time. Embrya and Never Say Never came out the same time. So The Boy Is Mine is killing right now. And I'm focused on her. So when I heard Coco Cure, I was like, okay, Maxwell, okay, I'm rocking with it, but I'm back over there to Brandy. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it didn't seem like New York radio got on it as quick, because I heard it and then I didn't hear it a lot anymore. And maybe that was the reason why it took me a minute to get to this album, because they didn't play the single like that. Because I mean, like you said, at least hip hop was really what it was. But you still able to, songs were still kind of able to get in. And I'm like, this joint is a banger if you think about it, but it kind of just went and that was it.
Yeah.
But see, the difference in Neltron, we touched on this before. They did play they did play that song on the radio in the South.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they
So
wore it
y'all
out.
And it got kind of
all
a
day.
Southern feel to it to me. So maybe that's why it did kind of stick a little more here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, because I mean, when I first heard it on BLS, because that's where I heard it on, and I was like, it gives you a little bit of something a little bit. So it gives you that little sway a little bit with an extra groove to it. So I was just like, all right, Maxwell's back, but I don't think it hit like that. And then the video, oh boy, Maxwell. That's why it's kind of off off YouTube, because
I tried to look it up and it showed like maybe 5 seconds of him doing the Prince tub thing, and it cut to the live.
Yeah, when he did on the Essence, and it's kind of like, yeah, it was like, I think the first single, the video, and all that just made this song just not hit like that. So the rollout started already. It started bad. You know what I mean? It didn't go great as it should have. You know what I mean? And I think maybe that would have been.
You know, would have been a good video for that.
What?
The Matrimony video should have been the Coco Cure video. It would have fit Coco.
Yeah.
All the black sisters, all shiny
and
pretty.
Yeah.
Dog.
The Matrimony video. Jesus.
That's smart.
That would have fit.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Or just a video like it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that video, but because that video really didn't make sense for Matrimony.
It didn't.
But I love it. It's one of my favorite videos of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's because
you know I fuck with videos. So
right.
Yes, because it's so blackety black, and I loved it. But
and shiny at the same time.
Vaseline all on the skin.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We ain't have lotion. We got Vaseline.
So then Embrya is released now. Embrya is out. So Elise, I gotta ask you first. When you first heard Embrya for the first time all the way through, what did you think?
I thought it was so sexy. I was like, this is a fucking album. This is made for having sex with somebody you love.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh Lord.
It's grown and everything goes into each other seamlessly. And it's, for me, it's just one long, just up and down song. Like
there's no breaks. No,
everything goes into the next.
Sequenced into the next one.
Yeah. Same to you, Neltron. What did you think?
After I heard Coco Cure and I sat there and I had a girlfriend at the time, and what Elise just said, man, we wasn't making babies, but we was practicing. And,
Ah,
so yeah, but I loved it. I can tell because once you hear Embrya, you can't help, but it's like going from Mama's Gun, listen to Mama's Gun, going back to Baduism. You like, what's the difference? So the first thing I noticed about Embrya when I heard it all the way through was, damn, there's a lot of electronic synth. It's very electronic. It's a
yes.
lot of synth heavy, a lot of strings, a few horns, and it wasn't as acoustic as
Yeah.
uh Urban Hang Suite. And I didn't mind that. That's just showing you he's growing. He still has the same crew, but the album just I was happy with it. A lot of people didn't like it. And I root for the underdog all the time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just play it and play it. And it's an album you have to sit with. And you know,
I agree.
I
I
dug it.
agree.
And it's interesting you say you're like it's not as acoustic, but somehow as layered and electronic as it is, it still has the rawness of like acoustic. Like it it still made me feel the same way. But
Right. It's a
even though
warm
it's not
feeling.
live, completely live instruments, but it still feels like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's the same with me though, because when I it seemed like I get Maxwell a year later. I did it with Urban Hang Suite. I
Mm.
came in a year later with it. And this album, like I was saying in the beginning, I was so on Brandy's Never Say Never. A lot of things didn't get through. So it was like finally, I was like, let me listen to this album. Because, like I said, my mom is not the biggest fan. So when she would go get albums, she would be like, all right, I got $20. You get one album I get to buy, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
was just like, because y'all, music was not cheap back
No,
then.
it wasn't.
So when you brought an album, you had to live with it. Like,
Right.
if you liked it or not, you had to live with it.
That's right.
So she was like, you get one album I get to buy, and that was a month. So I was like, all right, give me the Brandy joint, fine. And I was on that so heavy. And finally, I got to this Maxwell Embrya the year later. And when I heard it all the way through, I was like, I'm not even having sex yet, but this sounds very woo. I was like, okay. And then I was like, Maxwell want to groove. It's not Urban Hang Suite like that to me. I was hearing like Maxwell was like, forget that. Y'all got the slow ballad type of shit. This time I want to groove. I want to dance with y'all. Like I want to groove. Like you can't help it. And then it was just like this. It's so sexy to me. And it's like you felt like you was on water listening to it.
Right.
That's what it felt like to me when I first heard it. And I remember just playing it too in my room. And my mother would walk in and be like, what is you listening to? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm only 13. So I'm like, wow, whoa. She like, this is a little too grown for you. And I'm like, girl, please. Y'all was playing doggy style for me, for real. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like, this joint was just so experimental. Like you said, it was so, he was using a lot of his influences in here. Because he was so influenced by Patrice Rushen and the SOS band. You can hear it on this. That 80s experimental that me and Elise gives a lot of fever to is all over this album for real. His early 80s influences all over this album. And I was like, yo, as much as I love Urban Hang Suite, I listen to Embrya more than I do Urban Hang Suite. So this joint was just amazing to me. Just
I didn't know he was influenced by SOS.
Yes.
I had
Yes.
no idea.
He
Wow.
was like Patrice and SOS band and all that, and made him want to be an artist and play instruments and things like that. So he said that was his influence right there. So
Wow.
See, one thing about, because Maxwell writes everything, produced everything. So you're able to so that's why during that time you had him come out and he still was doing what he wanted to do. When you're working with outside producers,
Yeah.
no matter how influential of an artist you are, you still not going to get. I mean, it's like a couple of exceptions. You're not going to get something fresh necessarily. You're going to get something that they done tried out on they done tried out on another artist. Okay, now let me get into to the established artist now, or the popular artist. You know, but when you write and produce for yourself, you're getting your sound. Now you might be influenced by what's going on around you, but it's still yours.
Right. I agree with that. Damn.
Look at the album cover. I see it right behind Elise, and I'm just like, Embrya. And then when I see this album cover, I don't know if y'all remember the beginning of Baby Boy.
Yeah. I knew you was about to go there.
I knew he was gonna go there, but go ahead.
I mean, what came? I think didn't Embrya come first, or was it Baby Boy?
Oh, Embrya.
Okay, so
Embrya, because Baby Boy ain't come out to 2001.
Okay, so a few years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that Embrya, the baby, the birth, and we get it. It's very artistic. You know what I mean? So,
but I think what really hurt this album, like commercially and culturally, I guess, is it didn't really have. Yeah, 2 singles came out on it, but those weren't really.
Nope.
This album is not a singles album.
No. It's all mostly.
I can't think of one song on that album that should be a single. In that radio climate.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Or today. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. Yes, I love I love this whole album. It's there's not a song that I don't like on this album, like at all. In fact, it's not a song that I don't love on this album. But they ain't singles.
No.
And they're meant to be played together.
You think that was intentional, right?
I think he was just creating art. I mean,
yeah.
Like he did what he wanted on Urban Hang Suite, and he just wanted to continue. Now, when he got to Now, I think he was thinking more about the radio.
Now, that was a very
I had to think yes. Oh yes.
Now he didn't stray from who he was, but you could tell that it was more commercial.
Especially since this didn't do that well. It was like, all right, you know what? Now I gotta have some radio singles. And
that's when he pulled other people in.
So y'all, that's a good point.
That's the only thing that ruined Now for me is, but it's that one thing. But yeah,
I think JR said, well, all between Erica, Maxwell, and D'Angelo, all their sophomore albums, had one single. Mama's Gun had Bag Lady, and Voodoo had Untitled. And I think they had other ones, but it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't single. Those were all their sophomore albums. You had to listen all the way through. I mean,
they were being artists.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Yeah.
They was like, forget that. We're gonna be artists. We're gonna do what we want to do. And
with Mama's Gun, with Bag Lady, I don't think that would have hit as a single if it weren't for that fucking remix that I fucking hate.
Right.
If they would have released the acoustic version as a single, I don't think that song would have hit in the same way.
Yeah.
Dr. Just Dre. Like Untitled wouldn't have hit if they ain't have D'Angelo Butt Naked, because that song was not supposed to be big as it was.
No, it
I love the song. I think it's a perfect song, but it wasn't supposed to hit in that way. I'm sorry.
The video ruined him.
Yeah. And I think the fact that going back to Maxwell, out of all of them, his second album kind of gets the worst as disrespected of being an artist, because D'Angelo, it's like everybody's like, that's artistic intelligence. And like y'all said, Untitled wasn't supposed to be big if he didn't get naked in the video. Right. And if Erica didn't do Bag Lady, the remix of it all, it wouldn't have gotten noticed then.
Right.
So it's like, and mind you, Maxwell was the first one to be, come out with his second album, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just like technically, Urban Hang Suite was done before Brown Sugar, but he let D'Angelo go first. to check the temperature to see how everything was, and then it worked, and then he came out. So he was like, all right, well, this time I'm going first. I'm going up the bat first. And people shits on this album and love D'Angelo and love Erica's. But all of them were being artists at that time. Like I
loved it.
Yeah.
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 They're not singles artists. Think about the Erica albums that came later, and they would slap a song on the end that didn't have nothing to do with the album just so they could have a big single.
Radio hit.
Because they knew those albums weren't single. They were artistic. They were meant to be digested as a whole, not as individual songs.
Right. Yes.
Those were concept albums. Those were, or albums telling a story or around a theme.
Yes.
Did Worldwide Underground have a single? I don't remember.
Love of My Life.
Yeah.
Oh.
that was the single. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That album was they threw that album to the trash too. But anyway.
Yes. But yes.
Well, that album sounds incomplete though. But go ahead. I like it, but it needed 3 more songs. Something's missing. It feels rushed.
Yeah.
True. That's true. That's true. I get that. Oh yeah, all right. We done kept the people long enough.
I'm sorry.
Let's get into this album.
We get to it how we get to it.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I just be wanting to get into this song. I go back to this album so much. That's why it's like, and it's funny because I remember when they put up a thing about albums of 1998. And I remember, and at least even this was back in 2019, I'll never fucking forget. And it was like Embrya, and they said, what album was played a lot in your household? Which one of these 4 gotta go, basically? Which one of these 4 albums got to go? And it was Embrya, 112, Faith, and Dru Hill. And they said played in your household. So I had to remove Embrya, which was hard for me. At least comments under my shit and say, no, this is wrong. And I was like, but it wasn't played in my house. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it wasn't played in my house. I was like, at least I love this album though. She was like, oh, okay, but you're still wrong. I was like, okay.
Right. I really don't like those questions. One gotta go forever.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. I just keep scrolling. I'm not getting rid of this shit.
Even if it's an album I don't like, I don't think it gotta go. I mean, I know they're just trying to say which is the
I know.
I word it like that. Say which is your favorite.
Right. I like that better. That's why I'm glad that we could talk about this album, so at least can see that I really do love it.
As much as I don't necessarily love later Faith albums or later 112 albums, I wouldn't want them to go. They're worth being here. Like, people enjoy them. I like cuts off of both of them. So I'm not going to say to go just because they're not my favorite.
Right.
Because I still fuck with both of them. They're just not my favorite. Like,
right.
Ask the question in a positive way. Which are your 2 favorites, or your favorite, or talk about a song you like on this one, or what's up? Do something like that.
Which album had the better intro? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm playing that negative shit.
Well, technically, ain't nobody messing with Maxwell.
Even the worst albums, I don't want them to go. They happen for a reason. It shaped the culture. It might have shaped a change, a shift.
Right.
Like, we don't want it to sound like that no more. No, everything that's here, I want it to be here. Everything.
Right.
And I mean
everything's in its right place.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true.
Because I don't like it don't mean somebody else don't enjoy it.
Yes, indeed.
So, but anyway, let's get into this album so before JR have a fucking stroke.
I could see he was like
merge his ass in the bathtub.
He's moving.
I know.
Ground deep.
I get it. I caught that at least.
Right. That was smooth. That was real smooth how she did that.
I caught that.
All right. Go ahead, JR.
Oh, Ever Wanting.
Yeah.
Listen,
Go ahead, Elise.
when I heard this record, that's why I argue with people when they say that when they listen to this album, they don't have any joints that remind them of Urban Hang Suite. And I said, that's a damn lie. Because I was like, Everyone reminds me of Ascension. Like, totally. You know what I mean? And definitely it gives you a I want you vibes for sure. And another thing that this song gave me, Who Is It is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. Listen to the bass line of this. It sounds just like Who Is It?
Wow.
Like you hear it. And I was just like, okay, because I love Who Is It from Michael. Like I love when it comes in. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh yeah, yeah.
And when this, I said, yo, this shit is ill. Like I literally, like it took me maybe 3 or 4 times to pass this song because I love this so much.
You're exactly right. That is the same.
Wow, bro.
Boy, I tell you that boy good.
The time traveler. He's the time traveler.
I was like, yo, because y'all know Louis Johnson played the bass on Who Is It? And I was like, they inspired by that shit. I don't give a damn. I'm like, no. I was like, I looked in the line of notes like, where he at? Where is Louis Johnson on this shit? Like, where is he? Because it sounds just like that. I was like, and freaking Carrie Griffin on the drums, boom, 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 boom.
Then how he let the music breathe for like over almost 2 minutes before he even comes in.
Oh,
he's like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all play. Y'all just play.
Do that anymore though. Just let the music breathe.
Right.
Oh,
I think music reflects the world in kind of ways you might not think about. Like, I think with the advent of technology, people wanted things instantly. So they get to the singing. That's when songs started becoming like 3 minutes again, like they were in the 60s.
Yeah.
Songs got short again. People give it to me. And so that's why you get a lot of songs where the singing starts immediately. Instead of letting it flow for radio anyway.
Man.
Like instead of letting it flow into it, you only had select a small percentage of artists that did let stuff breathe. And that's the stuff that didn't blow up right away because people, I want it, especially Americans, I want it now.
Yeah.
That's our life. So, music reflects a lot of things, and it definitely was influenced by technology in a way I think people don't think about.
Yeah.
Come on, sis.
That the way, and then he comes in and says, lay all night. Lay all night up here if you want to.
Right.
You say, like, I want you to want me too. You can lay
I feel about consent.
Consent.
I like consent.
Because he said if you want to. He's not forcing you. Like, look, come on
like
in.
He said on something, if it's cool.
Right.
Right.
A little something.
Right. Yeah, Maxwell, he's a slick bastard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's how Maxwell be getting you,
only if it's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Right.
That's some real shit though. Like, and he's starting the album off with a groove. I mean, he had to. I mean, he did it on Urban Hang Suite too. So it's like he like letting you know I'm back again. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we are. Welcome again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is hello. I'm Maxwell. Welcome to the water. Like, that's what I get.
What
and
you
then
say?
Another thing, like Neltron was like, another part of where to let the song breathe. That's what makes the album sexy, because what makes a session sexy is you start off slow, it's foreplay, and then you get to it. You don't want anybody just come and just like, bang, no.
Right.
Kiss me and talk sweet to me and whatever.
It's the warm up. It's the warm up.
The warm up.
That's sexy.
Yes.
And that's why the song sounds sexy, because of that.
But on this album, on a lot of these songs, he's letting the beat breathe a lot. And I'm glad you said that, sis, because it actually makes the album very sexy because there's no words. He's not singing. Let the beat speak for you. Let the beat talk on how you gonna move, literally, and how you gonna do your thing. So to me, that's why it makes the album so sexy because there's no words. You know what I mean? It's just music. And now that I'm older, this album has definitely been the playlist.
And at least we were looking back on it, we were young too. I was 20, you were 19, so it was still we was kind of young to be listening to it, but it just, it was supposed to, it seems like it was meant for like late 20s, early 30s adults, but we got it, you know what I mean? So
it was an album was grown. I think with him, I think Maxwell albums were always mature. It was always mature and grown. Like, it wasn't for the young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't for that. Like, I think, Urban Hate Suite at the age of y'all were when this album came out probably would have been for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all were that age now. This, like y'all said, this is for the 30 and over crowd. Like, this is some shit that, like, oh yeah, I get it. We done live life. Life was lifing by this time. So it was like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like how Maxwell just so mature. Like, it's just all his albums, even to now, it's just like, now, catch it. But how mature how mature he is. And this album, I think, is the most mature to me anyway. I don't know if y'all agree, but
no, I totally agree. It's
especially
the lyrics of this song, man. It's just amazing. What did he say? Minus my negative, change what I thought I would never. Spoke a kiss, verbal bliss, and I was made a much more better. Like, where you touch, it was such a no-no. You know what I mean? Like, he's just talking to her. Like, oh man, I don't know how to explain it. It's just he's singing, but it's a conversation, like he did on the first album, like on his debut album. It's always a conversation between the girl. It's not just my perspective. I want to know what your perspective is, because like I said, you can lay here on top all night, if you want to. So yeah.
And then he gonna give you every drop. I'm giving you all I got.
Every drop.
Don't
get it.
But then he asked you. But then he said, "Don't you want to?" Like, he's asking you, like
he's funny because they don't Maxwell. Didn't they have the Maxwell house? Good to the last drop.
Yep.
I'm just saying, Maxwell, like, Maxwell house. Maxwell's house.
How Ali said it in Urban Hate Suite, he's laying down game. He's laying down game. Yo.
Yes.
White flat.
Yo, like, just laying down game, yo. Ever wanting to want what you want. Like, he like, yo, I can give you whatever you want. Yeah. However you want it, when you want it, where, all that shit. Like, he's laying, I love that, at least. He's laying down game. Right?
Yes. Oh, the brother. Man, and I was just soaking it up. I was a sponge.
Hello.
This works, Maxwell. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. One love. You helped me, boy. Golly.
Oh, man. So we get into You Are Me and We Are You. Now, this is a central ass record to me, because first of all, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what the fuck Maxwell was saying in that first verse, because he's Spanish. I don't know what the heck. Look,
it's the same. What he was talking about. The second verse is the first verse.
Yeah.
The first verse is in Spanish, but the second verse is what he was saying in Spanish, in English.
Oh, come on, somebody. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I was just like, damn, he sounded good saying it, so it didn't matter to me.
Yeah, it was just the yeah.
Oh shit!
He just translated it on the second verse.
That's some smooth shit, and I still didn't even know that. I did not know that.
Is he Puerto Rican? Dominican? What is
he? Yeah.
Dominican, I thought.
Okay.
Dominican and Haiti.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So
Black,
he was like,
still
I'm
black.
putting my influence in there. Come on, yo. Speaking Spanish.
Yeah, that's another woman puller.
That
Oh, you
part.
speak Spanish? Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and then,
Haitian and Puerto Rican. So
Ah,
blackety,
okay.
blackety, black.
Oh wow, Boricua. Como ye?
ah,
Sac passe, mabule.
Yeah,
Man,
his mother was Haitian, his father was Puerto Rican.
wow,
yeah, he from the hometown, so
Mhm.
right up in
wow.
there, yes. And
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't
Um,
know, you or me, I'm you. I thought I kind of got like he wasn't trying to be churchy, but it gave me a little spiritual. Like you said, God is everything and everywhere. It's like you are me and we are you. It had a little spiritual, but it's still sensual. But it still
yeah,
had like, because you know, sensual can be spiritual. Sex
right,
can be spiritual, like
right.
we said before.
Mhm.
So
Which makes sense. His mother was devoutly religious, so
oh, wow.
so
That's why he used Maxwell, because he wanted to spare his family like that. He didn't use his first name because he wanted his mother was very religious and he didn't want no issues. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait,
that's why he was like,
knowledge me. I don't know this part.
I'm gonna use his middle name. That's what he did because he wanted
his
the
name
privacy.
Gerald.
His name Gerald. His last name is Gerald or his first
No,
name is
No, his
no,
first
first
name,
name.
okay, Gerald. Wow. Damn.
Rivera.
Gerald Maxwell
That's a
Rivera.
black ass name.
It is very black.
Gerald, Gerald, come on, clean that room.
Yes, you wanted, yeah, Gerald Maxwell Rivera.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You know what? On this song, my favorite part is when he like, "Are you ready for this?" Like
Oh.
that is my favorite part of this song because that's when the 3 minute part, the 3 minute come and they jam the fuck out.
Oh
They
yeah.
let that shit
The
just go.
breakdown.
You could tell they were jamming. They was having a jamming. You know what I'm saying? All of them.
Yeah.
They was just like I was just like, go off, yo. Go off. And like you were saying, you let the beat ride.
Mhm.
You letting it breathe. There's nothing but the violin comes in on here, and then you got the drums coming in here, and of course that horn comes in. Shout out to Mr. Stewart.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
God. He
Yeah.
let that horn come in, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Stewart
Got his
always.
little solo in there. So y'all know I was very happy with that part. You did.
Hey,
Word.
Neltron.
Yes.
Did
I
you know
I
they
think
take all those horns?
I
Okay.
think the world knows now.
Oh
I
my
think Biden
God.
knows. I think Schwarzenegger knows. I think Wesley Snipes, he knows. I'm
Yeah.
just messing.
Gerald Rivera definitely knows.
Oh man, them horns go.
Absolutely. If he watched the Urban Hangs for yes, he knows for sure.
Oh, he watched that episode?
I hope he did, because
Oh,
if he
please,
did, he know
Maxwell.
I
Man,
love me
where
some
you at,
damn
man?
horns.
You owe us that Black
And you
Summer's
know that
Night.
I love me some him.
Yes.
I'll never love this way again.
Oh
Oh
man.
God. Jesus. Oh, I also think that this reminds me of I always got a flavor of Nothing Comes Between Us with Sade.
Nothing. Oh, okay. That beat, that little bop.
Yes. And of
Yeah.
course it is going to give you that because Stewart's on it. So of course I mean,
Yeah,
hello.
that makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying?
That
That's
makes sense.
that's what I love with music with me. Give me something a little familiar to connect me to something. And
Oh
as
yeah.
much as I thought I wasn't the biggest Sade fan, thank you to Elise. I was like, you know, this song "Nothing Comes Between Us" is probably my second favorite record from them.
Mhm.
So when I hear that and I heard this, I was just like, oh, I
It
get
does
nothing
have
comes between us
that
with this.
same beat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then I was like, well, Stewart's on here, so duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I got that song stuck in my head. We
I
get off
love
and
that.
play
Nothing can
that.
come between us. Yeah.
Yes. It's just so
Bam, bam,
smooth.
Wow.
bam. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Doo, doo, doo.
Yeah.
Bam, bam,
And that's
bam,
what I
bam.
got with this. Like, I got
Yeah,
this. You know what I mean?
that is a dope song. God damn you, JR. I'm gonna have to
I'm
go play that
sorry.
shit after
That's how
this.
he do. Get you caught in the earworm. That's what he do.
Yeah,
That is
I
a great
do.
song.
I'm good
All
for
right.
it. Yes.
And then we have Luxury, Coco Cure, the first single, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So I thought about something.
Okay.
Mhm.
This, Coco Cure,
Mhm.
it displays Maxwell's vocal versatility because he is singing in like 4 different ways on this one song. He's belting, he's also giving you tender and everything else in between.
Gosh. He
Because he
belts
go in
at
the
the
low
end, right?
register for real.
He belts his voice
Really?
at the end.
He doing his good growl, loud,
Good
loud
ground.
singing,
Ooh.
and it sounds so
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Baby, baby, baby. I was like, oh,
Oh yeah. He was going
okay,
off.
Maxwell.
He meant it.
Yes. Y'all know I laugh at this song. It makes me laugh, like, because again, I'm 13. I was a kid when I first heard it.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about the first time when I heard it, and I was like, did he say I'm your mommy, I'm your dad?
He did a Prince.
And I was like, Mom, how can he be both? And she was just like, well, I ain't no fan, so I don't know what he talking about.
Damn, Miss.
It's
Damn, ma.
figurative. Like, you
Right.
know,
It just
I'm gonna
makes me
I'm gonna be strong like a father, but I'm gonna be tender and nurturing like a
Nurturing.
mother.
Yeah, man.
it just takes,
Metaphors.
yeah, this song takes me back to when I was a kid and the very, like you said, when you heard SWV downtown
Mm.
and how, it was like, oh, what they talk about, ooh, hee hee. Like, you know what I'm saying? You laughing as a kid. So with me, I'm laughing because I'm like, how can he be both? Not getting, really getting into lyrically what he really means. But that just shows the innocent of a kid. Like,
And he
how
Yeah, don't take
sounded
innocent I
everything
was.
literal when
he
you're
Yeah,
sounded like
like
a kid when he said that. He
yes.
yeah.
said, "You're my mom," and he sounded like a little kid when he said that.
Yeah,
You're my
yeah.
mommy, your
And
daddy.
man, and shout out to Carl Carter and Reggie Hamilton. They kicking on them drums, man.
Oh, the way it comes on with
The
the hi
drumming,
hat.
boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man, then the violins come in.
Listen,
You know a
woo.
line I like? He said, "You're my discovered pot of gold." Oh,
Oh man.
Come on, y'all.
If any, I mean, he was still putting her on not putting her on a pedestal, but he's just like, yo, you're the creation of the world, the black woman, the Embrya, you know what I mean? The portal from heaven. So
And
yes,
maybe Neltron, they might have been thinking about that as the first single, thinking that's what it was, because when you bring it out a first single of an album, you always want it to be what the flavor of the album is. And just how you described it right there, you was like, a black woman, she's a black woman, she's the embryo of it all. She's the
right.
creation of this.
The
So they
beginning,
like,
yeah.
oh, this is kind of the feeling of the album because it's definitely grooves. It's a groove type of album for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, maybe they was like, maybe this would be the first single, but I don't think they were thinking like, nah, we shouldn't go that way. You know what I'm
It's
saying? But like
artsy.
we said, when you think
Yeah,
about it, there ain't really no single on this album, to be honest.
right.
Like, it is a complete body of work.
And the masses, let's be honest, the masses
Yep, say it.
in our community they like to be fed. They don't want to think too hard, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And this is a thought-provoking album. I mean, it ain't that deep, but you can, if you really like music and you really study lyrics and chord changes, like Elise said, he's versatile on this song. He
Mm-hmm.
goes to the high falsetto, then he growls, and then he does the kid. You're my mommy, you're my daddy, you know.
and then you
So
get a break,
that's
you get an instrumental break and a
right,
song.
right.
But I'm like, I wish this would have been a hit though, like a bigger hit.
Yeah, Yeah.
Because like I was saying in the beginning, I just think that with, if the first single doesn't do right, and then we was just talking about the video not being great, it's not the greatest rollout. Like the rollout messed up the album's shit too.
Did it even have a rollout? I don't remember.
I mean, I guess this was gonna be the song that was gonna roll it all out, and then the video, because I think Maxwell, everybody realized Maxwell is the sensual guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they did that video with him being in the tub and all this, and the women would just love it and go over it. But no, you know what I mean? Like, if he was gonna do that, you probably should have did what D'Angelo did then,
right?
With Untitled.
Yeah.
If you just gonna stand there and be in a tub that was too damn small for him any damn way. You know what I'm saying? And then you in there and you can tell his knees was up to his freaking chin. Like, it was ridiculous. Like when you see the video, you like
bro,
Maxwell. I know he was like, can we be done with this? Like, yo, my knees was hurting, yo, bro. Like in this joint. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of rolled out the album, and that's why they had to really throw out the second single to kind of get people to be like, here's Maxwell. Right. You know what I mean? This is what that second single is what we're familiar with, which we will get into, but yeah.
And he said in the song, you're the part of my heart that is soul.
That's deep.
S-O-U-L?
S-O-U-L.
Wow. Yeah.
My
automatic
soul. And then he holds the note. He holds the note at soul. So
I found a cure.
You.
Go, cure. What?
Yeah. He's singing.
Man, I remember the single was out. It came out in the summer, I want to say.
Yeah, it did. It came out like
the album dropped later. And the only thing I remember it being marketed was going to Sam Goody. And they had the posters of Embrya, the front of the cover up kind of everywhere, kind of promoting it, but it wasn't pushed like super big. It wasn't like
it wasn't
early. I don't think they was playing this on MTV
Columbia at that time.
Huh?
Who else was on Columbia at that time?
Mariah.
Well,
right. That part.
You can't mess with
yeah. But this is the time she was about to. No, she was still on it because this came out in June of '98. She came out with Butterfly in September of '97. So her promo is still getting pushed to her. You know what I mean? So she's still in that.
You know what else I think hurt? Like, even though we feel like the songs weren't really singles, Matrimony didn't come out till December.
Wow.
Yeah.
The end of December.
That's kind of late.
They waited too long.
That's late, man. You got to strike when it's strike when it's
June
hot.
and December, that's 6 months.
Yeah, you got 2 different seasons.
Yeah.
Now, people feel in a certain way. Luxury Coco Core is a summer song. I will say that. It does give me summer type of thing.
And so is Matrimony.
Right.
Yeah.
In the video.
Why you ain't put that wedding season?
Damn, you should, yeah.
Yeah, at least I didn't even think about that because I honestly I was so into Andy. I was so into her. I thought they threw out Matrimony like that.
Nah,
damn,
it took a while.
They threw that joint out. Oh my God.
Man, Coco Cure, they should have put that out before the album came out April. And then Matrimony in June.
Oh man, you know how many people would have played that at their wedding reception?
That could have came out like literally the week of the album coming out. It could have been the single, yo.
Yeah.
Oh man. Damn, you learn something new every day. God damn.
Every day, baby.
I did not know.
I remember that being the gap because I was like, I've been a Maxwell fan from day one. Right. And I was just like, are they gonna put anything else out? I was thinking that then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it was,
Damn it, man.
I didn't even think about that.
Me either.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been dope. Because if you playing it at weddings, people gonna be like asking the DJ, yo, who is that? Because they're not playing Matrimony on the radio. Oh, it's Maxwell, bro. It's the Embrya album, dope album. Go cop it. You know how many people would have been on that album,
because
and
I
it
feel
wouldn't have
like
been
word of
getting
mouth
shat
is,
on like it still is.
and I feel like word of mouth is better than, like
Yes,
you said, Neltron, when things are getting pushed at us. That
right,
kind of makes me go off. Like I'll be like, nah, they pushing it too much. What's
right,
wrong with it? What, you know what
right,
I'm saying? That's what's making me think off the break. You giving it to me too much. All
right,
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 fine. But somebody be like, listen, this Embrya album is the truth. Go listen to this.
right,
Oh, I bet. Let me go listen to it. And then
right.
you pass it on and keep doing that. And it, but
Word of mouth
damn,
is still the best.
5
Word of
months
mouth is
after the
still the best
album?
promotion. Yep.
Shit, 5 months after the album, you released the second single?
Yeah, Columbia
Oh,
dropped that. But I
yeah, they
mean, that's
dropped
Maxwell.
that.
And
It's
Coco
not
Pure only came out 10 days before the album. 10
dumb. Dumb
days.
move.
So it came
Columbia.
out in the beginning of June.
It came
Wow.
out, Coco Cure came out June 20th. The album came out June the 30th.
Wow. That's
10
hard.
days,
Oh
bruh.
no,
10
no. You
days.
So who do we blame? We
You
blame
need to at least
Sony?
make it
Or we
6
blame
weeks before the album, at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you could kind of test the waters and see how you got to push it, to see
Mm-hmm.
how people respond.
Well, that was a terrible rollout.
And that's
Terrible.
so
Because
that's
if they would have put
Columbia.
it out far enough in advance and see that people won't really hitting on it as a single, shit, that mean you throw together a tour real quick or a small club thing to where he
Right.
could go and do a set of songs to get people talking about it and doing that.
Right.
Yeah,
Like a little
they
small venue tour or something. Nah.
Or
yeah,
you
Or
make that,
have that nigga in record stores because that's what it was still or something.
mm-hmm.
or you make that shit a damn street single and
So
forget about it and
you can
move
feel the
to the
right.
next one.
Yeah, I feel that temp. Right.
Yeah, like it was
Yeah.
like, oh, the temperature wasn't right. Okay, let's go to another song. They gave
10
it
days?
10 days.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
I mean, who that's Columbia? Sony and Columbia is one entity or
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm gonna say one thing.
yeah.
People try to act like this album flopped though, but this is a platinum album. So
Hmm.
we just saying we think it should have been bigger, but this album did not fail
Mm-hmm.
I like
by
that you said that.
any
Mm-hmm.
means.
I like that you
So
said that because you didn't have no commercial singles that hit like that and it still go platinum. And this is when people actually are going to buy albums.
Mm-hmm.
So that means 1 million people went and brought this shit. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
might have shitted on it, but they still brought it. So
Yep.
Maxwell still won with no big commercial singles.
Mm-hmm. That just shows
Come
his
on,
talent.
Maxwell, you
That just
better.
shows his talent. Once you
Better.
could shit on whatever you want shit, but that is gonna rise.
Mhm.
It's
but
gonna
think about
rise.
Urban Dance Week. He didn't have no big Essential didn't go to
No,
as
it didn't.
cultural important song that is, and everybody know it. That
Mhm.
song won't know number 1.
Nope.
Wow.
On R&B or pop. Nope.
It won't
Yeah.
even close actually.
Nope. It was Essential was a top 40 and on R&B was like a top 10. But other than that, to think about it, Maxwell's biggest song didn't come until the Now album.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when
Damn.
everybody
And
was
then
like,
his
oh,
next biggest song didn't come until Midsummer, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty Wings.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
His
Wow.
biggest single was later in his career.
Wow. What's Fortunate on now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to that album seldom. It's seldom. Yeah.
I revisited it recently,
Mm-hmm.
and even though it's more commercial, more polished, it's a great album. He didn't
It is.
stray away from like the songs still go into the next song, except for a couple of where he had other producers. But like
Right.
that album, it's great.
Turn the
Because I
lights
had
down.
forgot
What's
because
that
I
song?
hadn't listened to it in a long time, so I
Yeah.
revisited it, and I was like,
It's a
in
dope
fact, I think I
album.
like
It's a
it more.
solid.
I
It's
think
a
I like it
solid
more
album.
now.
I like it more now.
Am I right? And,
Yeah.
but yeah, because I think I had contemplated a little bit of dust for a long time, and no, it holds up.
It's a very solid album.
So it is because
Very
I've
solid.
never.
Oh, check out Now, bro.
Okay.
It's a good album. Great song. The
Yeah.
chord changes. Oh, what's that song, Elise?
Yeah.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the light
Woo!
down low.
Lord. Baby.
You know what? That song sounds like Drown Deep.
Oh,
Really?
nice the segue queen.
Oh, she's great
Segue
at
queen.
segues. I love her doing segues.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Damn, girl.
But yeah, that song is very Drown Deep. It's like a hybrid of Drown Deep and Submerge. Mm-hmm.
The little
Ooh,
cousin.
okay, I'm
The
gonna
little
listen.
cousin.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. Oh my God. Stop.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Woo.
Great segue, sis. Drown
Yeah.
Deep. You're good.
No, but the song really does. No, when you hear it, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You'll
okay.
agree. Yeah.
Well, Drown Deep, my favorite song on the album.
Same.
I feel
Same.
like I'm on water listening to this. It puts you in a trance, and it's sexy as fuck.
It's another way he's giving you different vocal situations. Like he's doing.
And to me, you're hearing the vulnerability, the sensitivity in his voice, the vulnerability in it, and the love that whoever he's speaking to, you can hear it all in his voice to me. And this is definitely on the GTD playlist, period.
Oh, yes. Most definitely. It's top five. Top five.
And it ain't even close.
Right.
Thank you, Elise.
The bubbles. The bubbles.
Yes, Neltron.
It's like, wait, is this is before SpongeBob and whatever, but I'm just saying it puts you, because Ghost has a song where he's underwater and it has the bubbles. Ghostface has a song off the Fish album that it's underwater.
Fish Scale, yeah.
Yeah, the Fish Scale album. And this song, man, when I heard this, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then the bass creeps in. The bass creeps in. Do 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 do. Then the beat comes in. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll wear your liquid kiss. Who says that? I'll wear your liquid kiss. And watch it as if inside. Like, who?
Man. Yo,
hello?
Right.
Hello?
Right. I need some water.
My glasses was fogging up.
Right.
I was drowning deep.
Whew. Oh my God. And then he's, like Elise said, he's Maxwell is dope with consent as well.
Yes.
Because he said, I hope my kiss. Like he's hoping, he's asking, he's like, listen, I want to do my shit. And I really want to do my shit. Can I though? Like, this is what I'm getting.
I hope my kiss can rectify
the lack of part-time.
The lack of part-time bliss.
A weightlessness inside.
Your life.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
And if you look, there's not many lyrics to that song.
It's not. It don't need it.
It don't.
Yeah.
No.
Because Maxwell either gonna give you 1,000,000 lyrics or like 10.
Jesus.
Ain't no in between. You ever gonna get a whole lot of words.
And he lets the man.
But the sexiest ones have very few words. That's a good. Most men out the draws anyway. Forget the draws because they won't shut up.
Say baby. Say what you just
shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just be quiet and let's drown deep in love. Let's just do that.
God. Oh, so many. What he said.
Just gotta
just be quiet.
He said this.
And this song is very quiet. It's very.
And like I said, you feel like you're floating on water.
Right.
You're floating. That's what you feel like. And it's just like no words need to be said. You know what I mean? People on campus knew when I played this record, Don't knock
come
on my
over.
door. Don't do none of that shit.
Do not
At
disturb
all,
the
because you
groove.
know what time it was.
Right.
Like, for real. Like, don't fuck up the scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as broke as I was in college, the music was right, though.
Right. Right. If you could fuck
He had
around and play
oodles and
this.
noodles for dinner, but hey.
If you played this for somebody that you really wasn't into, and this song was on, don't look in their eyes because they're gonna think you love them.
Yes.
That's how sensual this song is. But
that's why you make sure you have the right.
It's a dangerous song.
Very, oh God.
You're like, damn, they really like me.
Like, yes. This song will take you there, y'all. That's why sometimes, Maxwell, you can't put him on a playlist of yours because a lot of times you thinking there's love there. It's like, nah, I'm just trying to get it in. This ain't no love. Nah.
It's lust.
Yes. Yes. Lust. But when you play this and you look into somebody's eyes, they like,
he said it though.
Love me.
He said for part-time bliss. This is part-time bliss we're doing. You know?
See, he talks for you. Maxwell speaks for you.
Right. Don't say nothing. Just let Maxwell do the talking.
Don't talk. Just listen.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
I like Paris Martin, but yeah.
I was waiting.
Yeah, man. I have to say, this is my favorite song on the album, hands down. I mean, just from the beat to the lyrics, for him letting the beat, and then they got the little Hawaiian hula. Like the hula Hawaiian thing in there. And I'm like, oh man, y'all did that shit. God damn.
He's an artist, yo.
Yeah.
Like, he was in his artistic bag on this, yo. Just adding shit in there. I never thought that you can literally feel like you're on water, but this, he was like, look, niggas, the cover is telling you, my cover is telling you everything. Like, right. Like, what more you need?
But you know, we don't like to swim, so I don't know if this hit.
You got a point there.
Black people don't like to swim, so maybe
don't
that's
put
why.
Me in we.
Oh.
We speaking French, we speaking English and Spanish. I swim.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Oh, I can swim.
So don't put that on me. You shut up, JR. Okay. So goofy. So later. And then we come to one of my favorite songs of the album and the second single. Matrimony. Maybe You.
Maybe You.
Is it me, or is this song he let you know that he's still that same Maxwell? This song could have been on Urban Hang Suite.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. He just like, I'm still here with y'all. I'm gonna let you, Matrimony is definitely reminiscent of Urban Hang Suite. So I love it.
Tell me what you thought. I thought you thought.
I love that part. Oh my God. I love that.
Girl can't be bought, maybe.
Keywords, maybe.
Yes. Maybe You.
Maybe.
He said maybe.
Man. This song
might be matrimony trying to save me
from them streets.
Teach me.
Sometimes you need that woman to just be like, look, there ain't nothing out there. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We just drown deep. So
that's true.
You know, let's
like you did say too, Neltron, this does give you Urban Hang Suite, because when I heard it, I was like, is Leon Ware on this? Is Wawa Watson on this joint? It gives you that. I was just like, is this something part 3? Like,
right.
Is it like,
right.
You know
it's
what I mean?
It
gave you Urban. That's why Elise said, and she said it very aggressively in the episode. She was like, how did she say it? People act like he didn't do stuff for Urban Hang Suite. Just listen to Matrimony. She did it and gave you the straight face and neck and all that. Because it's the truth. Like, I hate when people be like, oh, I want something from Urban Hang Suite, and be like, when you listen to this album, you don't get it. And it's like, well, then you obviously didn't listen to the album or the second damn single, because that's Urban Hang Suite, honestly.
Yeah. And then for him to go So you was just talking about the part-time bliss in Drown Deep,
Mhm.
but then he comes in here. Maybe you'll be more than just a one night lady. So apparently the Drown Deep session hit him in a special way. He like, whoa, I might have to wife this.
Woo, yeah. She put it on
Maybe you
him.
more than just a one time
She
lady.
put it on him. She put it on him.
But didn't he do that on Urban Hang Suite though? Thinking about it,
Yeah.
because when he did Till the Cops Come Knocking, then he goes to Whenever, Wherever, Whatever, and then he's lonely in his only company. Like he getting feelings. Like he like, damn, I just gave you the business, yo. But then it's like, damn, I'm lonely that you gone. And then with this, he like, let's drown deep in part-time bliss. It's just gonna be part-time and that's it. Now he like, well, shit, I might have to wife you.
Right. He's like, hold up.
Matrimony marriage trying to save my whole life out here.
Oh,
right.
man.
I like it.
Right. And that video, y'all, the video.
Black, so black.
It reminds me, what's that video Janet had?
Got Till It's Gone. Yes, gone. Yep. Yes.
That's the cousin. Their cousin video.
It is.
Shiny, just blackness everywhere. Black people everywhere, just dancing, sweating.
Those videos.
Huh?
Who
did Janet?
I'm not sure.
The same one that did Scream for that did Janet.
Paul Hunter? Not Paul Hunter.
No, Paul. Paul didn't do that. That was Mike Romantic did Janet's Got Till It's Gone, but I don't know who did Maxwell's.
Let me see. Or at least might be quick with the fingers.
Yeah.
That video, them two videos, oh my God. They made you want to be at the party. Like,
and mind you, it's back to back with each other because Janet's was the end of 97 and his is 98. So
you know what I'm saying?
They were in the same
state. They were watching. Maxwell's team was watching Janet's team, like, yo, we got to get a video like that. And
yeah.
Oh no, the director was Keir McFarlane. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know that cat.
I don't know them.
Dope
but
video.
He was watching.
Yeah. They saw that, and it was maybe they was like, look, since this first single ain't pop, we need a dope ass video.
And it was.
And Janet just got a Grammy for Got Till It's Gone, so it was like, all right, we need something so people can see, like. Right. So
and it reminded
the guy that sorry, speaking of Janet, he directed Anytime, Any Place.
I'm done. Are you serious?
Connect the dots, man.
That goddamn Brian. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then the Matrimony video, it looked vintage.
Yeah.
Like, both videos looked like it had a little 70s, overseas, black, African party.
I just love that it was showcasing black women, all shades, all colors, and it was representing black women. And
didn't they have a Soul Train line on that video?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while.
And it was more showing that they were beautiful because it was a beauty pageant.
Oh,
so
I gotta go back.
So it's like, no, these ain't just black women in video. They are beautiful. They in a fucking pageant. A New York pageant because they had all the boroughs and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I gotta go back and watch that video. But I remember it was a dope video.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Maxwell, this time he don't got the afro. He had his hair in braids.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was dope. That was just shout out to you, Maxwell. Dope ass video, yo. Dope ass video, dope ass song. It definitely gives the flavor of the album. That's why I agree. At least I think this should have been the first single. This should have been, and it could have really gave the vibe of the album. It could have gave people what we loved about Maxwell because it gets you back to Urban Hang Suite. People was familiar with it. The video, people would have loved. That would have been a great rollout. Then you could have picked another song if you wanted to, but at least with Matrimony, you had it. Because, I mean, that's the type of flavor he was giving you on Urban Hang Suite at the end anyway. Because
Right.
at the end, there's a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The proposal jam. So it's like, okay, now we at Matrimony. Damn, we should have been A&Rs, y'all. We'd have had this album doing numbers.
Yeah, big numbers, man.
Yes. Dope record, dope song, dope video. And that's why I said, now, so I wanted to say that, but you said it. Because you know I try to put Janet in every video. Elise says.
Yeah, I mean,
go back and watch them.
You
You're gonna hear something about Janet or something about Mary. You might hear both.
Well, I didn't bring her up yet. Well, no, Mary ain't got nothing in this album that really gives her vibes. Yes. But Janet did. We got to this Gone video, so. But Neltron said it. I didn't have to.
Arroz con pollo.
Tapping into his Boricua side.
Listen here.
Yeah.
That horn section, baby.
The guitar, though. That guitar gets me. Everything.
That guitar going off.
He's actually speaking of D'Angelo, the guitar is doing that chicken grease. When you just
I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with you. Again, I'm done. Because I was gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that D'Angelo was inspired by this record to do chicken grease? I lied to you not. I said I thought. What?
You don't think it's something the truth that somebody else might not think it too?
No. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you.
I'm not getting in y'all shit.
But you know what?
Smart man.
But I mean, I think the chicken grease, the story behind chicken grease was it's supposed to be Common song.
Right.
And D was like, D'Angelo was like, nah, give me that shit.
Right.
But this Arroz con Pollo, man, it's such a groove.
They were just grooving. Like, this is another jam session again. And for me, you know what this gave me flavor of? Parliament.
How so?
Because I can imagine Bernie playing them synthesizers.
Oh, yeah.
Bernie going in, and then you have what's his name? Shit.
Bootsy?
No.
Fred Wesley?
No. Keep going.
Eddie Hazel?
No. Masego Parker.
Maceo.
Maceo.
Yeah.
Maceo Parker. Playing, I can see him going off.
Most definitely.
And I can see Bernie playing the synthesizer. This sounds like a Parliament Funkadelic record.
They just kept after Matrimony went off. They just said, "Fellas, we're gonna keep recording.
Yeah, we gonna just jam.
Rock out."
I agree.
Oh my god,
I agree. I totally agree. And it was only the song only like 2 minutes, ain't it?
Yeah, it's short.
It's funky though. And this is the problem with this album that I also feel. Mind you, we have had one ballad from Maxwell so far, which was Drown Deep.
Yeah.
Everything else has been up tempo. People ain't used to that when it comes to Maxwell.
Right.
But it's about to slow down.
I mean, about to, but we damn near on track 7.
Yeah, this is track 6 right here, Rose con Pollo. Yeah.
Yeah. So like by then you could do the Urban Hang Suite. We done got Whenever, Wherever, Wherever. We done got Lonely's the Company. We done got all them songs, and at least we got some ballads from it. With this, it's been all up. We haven't gone down except Drown Deep. You needed to go down a little bit, but now it's just like he's just been jamming, yo. And I think people is like, because if you look on a lot of
Drown Deep is not even a ballad.
Huh?
It's a mid. Drown Deep is a mid.
It's a mid, right? So
it's not a ballad.
No, we haven't gotten a ballad from him yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it turned, because I'm even looking online and I see a lot of people is like, now they get it. It's like people get it now. They didn't get it then. It was just like, oh, I wasn't feeling it when I heard it. It was too much up tempos. I wanted him to give me some ballads and I ain't get it until damn near the end of the album, quote unquote, if they listened.
I don't think too many people listen. Like I said, the masses, those who like Maxwell, and we understand that artists have to grow and don't keep them in that box. Yes, we listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the average radio listener, they was like, nah.
Yeah. And none of and one thing that Maxwell and D'Angelo and them are gonna do, or even a foreign exchange for that matter, they're not gonna stick to traditional song structure necessarily. They'll do it occasionally, and they'll still put a twist on it, but they're gonna put a song together like they want it. With Maxwell, you have a song where it's one verse and then the rest is just repeating the chorus for the rest of the song with a break or one piece of the chorus or like, and then you have some songs with a million damn words and you only getting a little bit of the chorus. So it's, they kind of just go where the music takes them instead of saying, okay, you gotta A B A B A B bridge chorus vamp out.
Right.
Like, it don't always have to be that way.
That's true.
And to your point, Elise, ever wanting to want you to want starts off with the chorus, right?
Yeah.
If you want to, like you're singing, you're starting off with the chorus. You're not supposed to do that, Max, but they sure everybody on this team was like, you know what, we gonna, just like foreign exchange, we're gonna do what we want. We're gonna do what we feel. So
and let everybody be on the same accord that's in your team. Like, we just gonna do this and forget what the masses want. We just want to make music. And I think that's what D'Angelo, Erica, and Maxwell kind of came in and did that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, their music was so different than what everybody else. So that's why it bugs me out too with this album. Is I'm like, Maxwell came in different, y'all. So why wouldn't you expect him to grow?
Right.
Like, y'all, it's like who wants to do an Urban Hangstreet Part 2? Nobody. Like, so y'all, he came in different. So why wouldn't y'all want this? And another thing that came into my head, remember that clip, Elise, where he was dancing, right? And everybody is like, and they put up this tweet and they said, when did Maxwell have all these up tempos? Oh, Elise got pissed. Oh, she was tight. Oh, she was.
This is a recent tweet?
Like, are you fucking slow?
Listen to Embrya alone.
Oh, jeez.
I remember that. I just thought about it, especially with this record.
So, no, I'm going to tell you exactly how they worded it. What songs do he have that he got to dance like this? 90% of them. Shut the fuck up.
Please.
Do you know what it?
They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
That's why they didn't listen to this. People on Urban Hangstreet, and that's it.
Heard me what songs he got. Most of them.
Most of them. Most of them. I'm like, do y'all even, if you gonna do that, y'all don't even.
Your young fave can't even dance like that. So shut up. They pissed me off with that one.
They did.
Upset.
Because it bothered me too, because I'm like,
I can get mad when they was picking on Genuine, but when it came from Maxwell, that's where you have to stop it because you're lying.
You're lying completely. Because I was like, even if y'all don't know Dance With Me is an up tempo on Urban Hangstreet, right? So I'm like, he could be doing that song. And I was like, have y'all listened to any songs
Ascension. Not just name the singles.
Right.
Hello?
I'm not even talking about the cuts.
Exactly. The two singles of this album he could have been dancing to. That's why I be like, y'all kill me. Y'all kill me.
That's why y'all here, man. That's why
I thought about it with this song. With
that thing hurt me. What songs he got to be dancing like that? Most of them, you slow bitches. Like, that shit pisses me off. Because that's what you're not going to do. Now you could make joke. Hey, you wanted to be silly. Actually, make it rooted in fact. Be like, shit, he had to been dancing to this song in that way, in a positive way. But you want to be negative what he got? No, you're not going to do that to this man with these albums that he got. You're not going to do that. You're not going to lessen
disrespectful, man.
Someone who was a trailblazer in the industry that can be said in the same sentence with so many legends and classic people. You're not going to do that.
Right.
You're not. Just like you're not going to come and talk down on D'Angelo. You're not going to talk down on the music of Erica, Jill. No. They came into a a climate to where what they were doing was not what people wanted, and they made people want it.
That's right.
We're not gonna disrespect.
They weren't sounding like anybody else. The only people they was sounding like was from 30 years before them.
Speak it.
That's where they was getting inspiration. They wasn't coming sounding like what was popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. They did their own thing that was based on and inspired by what the 70s people were doing with concept albums, with complete bodies of work, with live shows that blew your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they did.
Exactly.
And won't too many other people doing that. I'm not gonna say nobody else, but it wasn't a lot of people doing it.
That's right.
Okay, I'm done.
We were there.
Oh no,
we were
that's
there.
a good
we were there. So
no, you went there.
We were there, and we was grown.
There. We was outside.
Yeah.
Now we was just freshly grown, but we was grown.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. This is a good way to segue to the next song. Know these things, shouldn't you?
Right. God damn, Elise.
She's good. I told you. She's good with her segues, even though she just went off.
I know, no, that was,
But it was a lead way, because, again, you should know why Maxwell is dancing
know
like
these
that.
things.
You should. You know
stupid bitch. Whoever said that.
You ain't even got to dig deep for it. That's what pissed me off. Now, when people don't quite get stuff and it's like deeper cuts or things people ain't that like a layman would know. But when you talking shit and it's about basic shit like fucking singles, I want you to get out of my face forthwith.
Did she say forthwith? I'm done with her.
Forthwith. I love it.
Forthwith.
Oh yeah, baby.
Or we do a Maxwell in Spanish, ahora pronto. Okay?
Ooh.
Immediately. Get out.
Sí.
Okay.
Sí.
Oh wow.
Es muy importante.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, JR.
I don't look.
Back to you in the studio, JR.
I'm loving that. Look, I loved it because I wanted to kind of throw it in with the cops when we was with him, but we were somewhere else, and I had just thought about it. I was like, oh, I know Elise is gonna give me what I need. So she said,
it bugs me out.
Yeah, it did. You
know the basic shit, but you want to try to argue me on some complex shit. No, stay in your lane, figure it out, listen to the albums, and then I'll respect you if you're like, no, that just doesn't resonate with me or I don't like it. Then I would respect your opinion. I don't respect an uninformed opinion. You kiss my ass.
They just go straight to red. They don't go, like the red light, you going and you don't even yield. You just go straight to red.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Ooh, y'all know that's a clue.
The heart.
Yes. Right. That's well, this song, y'all. This is a dangerous ass song to me.
No beat.
This is dangerous. It's dangerous wording wise too. Because this is you're with somebody that you don't think knows some shit that they shouldn't know, but they know it. And somebody know you so well that y'all are in tune. In tune with each other. But things that you think they don't know, they know. That's dangerous to me though.
Yeah.
I'm like, and that's why it's hauntingly beautiful to me.
Yes.
It's very haunting. Like it's very like
they got the harp in there.
It's very that. It's very, again, reminds me of another Sade song. It reminds me of Jezebel.
Ooh. Yeah,
it reminds me of that. Very haunting. Like it's and then his words, it's very dangerous because I'm like, somebody knows you that well that you think they don't know about something about you, but they do. But then you look at that person like, and they looking at you and you like, we're in tune though. But it's, I don't know. Like, I know, Neltron, you're married. So do you feel like you know things that your wife think you don't know?
Yeah, and vice versa. She'd be like, sometimes I'd be like looking at her sideways, and she's like, I know. Sometimes I know you better than yourself, in a good way, because we both have to check each other. It's
Right.
it's it's constant checking. But this song here, man, you said the lyrics. It seems as though both parties had bad relationships before they
Yes.
got with each other.
Yes.
He's like abused, as if your pain would quench my fear.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, this is going good, but I don't know because my last relationship wasn't that well, but you know me so well. And then when we drown deep, it's we know we all know this. When you really love somebody and like somebody and the chemistry is good, that sex is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
It's gonna be off the chain. So this song, like you said, is very haunting.
Mm.
It's
But
whew.
then and it's like his writing, because how he ended, he said, "Tell me you know these things. Show me you know these things." But
Mhm.
then in the beginning of it, it's like he's kind of like, "How are you aware of these things? But I still want you to show me that you know these things. But how are you aware of it?" That's what it's just like. That's some dangerous shit, and I don't know if I would want a relationship like that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, because I'm like, I
it's
don't want
scary.
somebody to know. I mean, I want that my person to know me as well as they should. But to
Mhm.
know things that they don't know and they know it, it's kind of
Mhm.
like, damn, how you know that? And I didn't tell you. Like,
Right. That's a little scary.
yeah, like that's why I'm like, oh, that's why I guess he was like with this song, the beat had to be what it is, because it's some fear. And like you said, it was we were both in bad relationships
Mhm.
before coming into this. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot with this record. And again, it just reminds me of Jezebel. So it's very, again, hauntingly beautiful. So, but
So
yeah.
it's scary, but you do need people in your life. And this is not just romantically,
Mhm.
that know you a little too well, because those are the ones that's going to pull you off the ledge, or those are the ones, for example, say, JR, I've given you gifts. You didn't ask for them. You didn't know you wanted it, but you got it and you were like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is what I
Yeah.
needed. Or I didn't know I needed a pep talk until you gave it to me. And I'm like, oh shit, I need. So no, but it is scary, um, because it's a vulnerability. It's a, you're being, you're kind of in the dark maybe about it,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
you do need people in your life that know things that you need or want that you might not necessarily know in the moment.
And I was just talking, that's crazy, because we was just talking about this with Neltron when we first got on. And I was like, I could even try to act like if I answer the phone and I'm just like, and you be like, hey, bro, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? And it's phony, and you be like, nah, nigga, what's wrong? Uh-uh.
Right.
Uh-uh.
Like you don't sound right.
You won't sound right. And I'm
Right.
trying to be like, hey, sis, and you like, uh-uh. No, nigga, what's wrong? Like,
Mhm.
But you do need that romantically, friendship
that's
wise,
true.
that someone to know some things about you that you might not know about yourself, or that you just can't see. It's there, but you just not seeing it.
I guess with me not being in a relationship yet, it's very scary to realize that that can happen. And
Mhm.
it's kind of like, that's when I guess my vulnerability is, I guess, is going to be on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just
Mm.
like, am I really ready for this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm
But
like, ugh.
but it's not a thing. It's something you grow into. It's not a thing that happens right away. It's after building the
Mhm.
trust and that person being around you and seeing how you move.
Right.
So it's not, a right away thing anyway.
Right.
I wanted
It's
to
what
get into that. That's
it's
why I asked
something
y'all
that you
this.
get when you start drowning deep, or when it
Right.
come later when you submerge. You know what I'm saying, into the light.
Yeah.
Till
Mm.
till you become the sun.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about that song.
We
The
there. Oh
submerge?
yeah, we coming. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. That's
there.
the my
It's
song.
coming.
That's a cut right there.
Listen. But yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all about that, like about this song, because I just felt it was very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all to be in the relationships that y'all in, I'm like, do
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
experience that? Like,
No, it can be dangerous because in the wrong hands, that's a
Right.
bad thing.
right.
Where somebody knows exactly how to push your buttons and you don't even realize that that's what they're doing, but they know you. So no, it can be
Manipulative.
dangerous.
It's very manipulative.
Yeah, it can be just like anything. It could be manipulated for evil. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
but when it's for good, it's amazing.
Evil. Black Eagle Television.
Yeah.
Oh, thank y'all. I
Crazy,
appreciate
bro.
that. I wanted to get into that because I wanted to ask y'all.
No, but you're right. It is scary and rightfully so. No, I
Mhm.
agree. I agree with you there. No, you're right.
Okay. Woo. Y'all just gave me a little counsel lesson just from a song. I love it.
That's music. That's
Yeah.
music for you.
Yeah.
When you
I
have
love it.
when you
Therapy,
have
baby.
jokers writing like this joker right here,
Baby.
Therapy.
Period. Because,
Therapy.
like I said, when
and
Neltron
getting these
was
words, and the microphone is on. Yeah,
he's on.
I just be wanting y'all to do that for me.
Maxwell microphone is on.
Always.
Period.
Yes.
And that pen is always writing. Like,
on fire.
For real. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I was just like, whoa. That's why I was like, who's writing like this? That's why I was like, did y'all niggas really listen to this shit? Did y'all really listen to what Maxwell was saying?
They did.
Y'all really wasn't. This is actually, Elise, the first album for me that I started to literally look at lyrics and dissect them. As much as I love, y'all know Mary's My Life and Janet's Velvet Rope and all that, it was the feeling of it for me. It was speaking for me. This album, I wasn't in love. I wasn't that. And I'm just like, he's saying this? What he mean? Wait a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what he's saying? Okay, especially when we get to Submerge, which is the next record. But yes, thank you, y'all, for know these things you shouldn't. You, I appreciate that. So now I know what it is.
The end of Know These Things when he said, be as if not aware, be mystified as this appears, the way he sings that shit. All right, that's all I wanted to say on that because he sung it. Woo! All right.
Microphone is on.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh God, love the record, love it, y'all. So we go into Submerge till we become the sun.
That's Elise. This is
Yes.
Elise.
Go ahead and go off because you don't went off a couple times off this.
That is my favorite song on this record.
Wow. Well, we would know that now, but
and I can't say, and it ain't even close because actually my nostalgic kind of favorite is Matrimony. Like I just remember when it was out. I love it. So that's like my little upbeat favorite. But Submerged, baby. Submerged into the light until it becomes a fucking sun.
Sun? Sun, done sun. No, I mean, done sun?
Jarvis too through this, but
I'm thinking because I'm them like I said, his lyrics, like this nigga said, let your atmosphere surround me. Surround me. Like who? What?
Man, Elise.
Like that's
Elise,
man.
I have to ask you, when you first heard this song, where were you, and how did it make you feel overall? Like when you heard Submerge for the first time? I know you remember.
I was in my room. I was in my room playing it in my 6 CD changer.
6 CD changer.
And listen.
Exactly.
And I heard this.
Just as the whole project, like I said in the beginning, like it just felt like sex. It felt sexy. It felt
yeah.
But it didn't feel like one night stand sex. It felt like romantic.
Yeah.
This is your person type feelings. I'm trying to think. Now I can tell you how the song makes me feel now.
Mm-hmm.
It it makes me feel, like I said, it makes me feel like I'm in love with my person. It's even further than sex. It's like a spiritual
Mm-hmm.
connection, like
Mm-hmm.
a spiritual intercourse of sorts. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just to say submerged into the light, and then it's like coming together as one, and then it's even more powerful because it's not just light beams anymore, it's the sun and it's
Mm.
the atmosphere. It's like we're a planet together, and or we're a star, and it's so many different things and so many metaphors and ways that you can take the song. You can interpret it in different ways. you know I like, I don't have a specific word. It's just
Right. It's
a
what
general.
Darius Love Hall said on Love Jones, it defies description.
Right. Right.
It's a feeling that we can't, we are the words that God gave us to express ourselves, it can't be expressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a
Like,
feeling that,
I
yeah.
mean, come on, in the part, he like, oh my God. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just, when that's my favorite, like, part of when he said, let your atmosphere surround me. Like, I'm the hopeless romantic, and this album gives me that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like y'all said, it's sex, but it's deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you want. You want
Right.
all these things in there.
Right.
You let be. Let
he
Right.
said, see if I'm breathing because I'm not sure.
Sure.
Because he said tonight, if I'm alive, like, yo, like who? The pen.
I mean, he said in the song, words are demeaning, they can't describe. So he's saying words can't even just. So that's my correct interpretation. Like, I can't describe how that song makes me feel because he can't even describe how she's making him feel. The song makes him feel. He don't even know if he's alive.
That's some deep.
He like, put a mirror on my nose, make sure I'm still breathing.
Right.
And then vocally, he's going higher and higher and higher and higher. Vocally.
Yes.
Like, this is one of his vocal, like, stylings with this. Because it was like, can Maxwell go any higher vocally? Like, oh.
Yeah. And then as the song goes, it gets more intense. Like, it gets some more of a drama.
It's so dramatic. It's so.
It kind of starts off and it's almost, it's like a crescendo. It's just.
Yeah. Because he starts over the under, and then it just.
And then the music.
And it goes.
And then the music kind of slows down after the climax. Because.
Right.
Like, it just. He gets to the climax because, like you said, it's going and going and going. And then it reaches that peak. And then the music slows down. I'm like, Maxwell, you know what the fuck you doing. You know what it is with this joint. You know.
And the progression of it kind of reminds me of how D'Angelo's Untitled does, where it starts and then it just builds up and builds up, and then it's
good one. Yeah.
It's I mean, yeah, it's what Untitled is to Voodoo is what Submerge is to Embrya.
I agree with that.
Wow.
This episode is gonna be yours.
It's Maxwell. Think about the Urban Hang Suite.
Right. Yeah. True.
That's the beat, the music,
everything.
Like, it's futuristic. It's spacey. It's all that.
And this is when
you and that person are in the cosmos. Y'all floating in the Milky Way or some shit.
This is where I think his early 80s influence sound is with this.
That's a merge beat, right?
Yeah, like, it's definitely experimental-ish with this. And that's why I was just like, okay, now his influence are really shining. Because I think when you think of Maxwell, like you said, Neltron, everybody goes to freaking Marvin. Oh, he's the Marvin. He's this.
Mhm.
And I think, honestly, Maxwell wanted to get away from that on this. I think he wanted to be like, y'all, I'm my own artist. I want y'all to know Maxwell for Maxwell. That's why you're getting so many of this different artistic vibes, musically, lyrically, vocally. Like,
I always thought of Maxwell as a hybrid of a Marvin and a Prince.
Yeah.
I can
Like
see that because Prince was very synth based and electronic, experimental. Marvin kept it. Yeah, I see it. I can see that.
Yeah, and in the way he attacks this song, the slowness makes you think of like an Adore or like like just that kind of structure, but with no structure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you see what they do, but they're not married to it. It's like, well, I could do something different, but
the strings. Yeah. This is an amazing song, man. Jesus.
Yeah, using the structure as a guide and not a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can color outside the
you
line.
can flow in and out of it.
Right. Color outside the line.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. Oh God. It's so not what you would think you would want from Maxwell.
Right.
This is this song. You don't think you want this.
Shit.
But when it's done, you like
Submerge is
oh Maxwell, I want more of this.
Yeah.
But it is what you want from Maxwell because it's what you get in from whenever, whatever. It's giving those vibes. It's giving the tempo is giving like it's giving some pieces vocally till the cops come knocking. So I think you do want that from Maxwell because this album is different, experimental, but it does not stray from its roots.
That's right. That's very true.
As an artist.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
He's taking those things and like, okay, then I'm gonna take those songs, but then I'm gonna kind of mess with them. But you're still gonna know it's me.
He's seasoning a new meal. He's trying a new meal, but he still has some of the same seasonings he put in that Urban Hang Sweet meal. Like, damn.
Yeah.
This ain't grandma dish, but I could taste grandma shit in it.
Right. This is now you're making your own, but you got grandma's recipe.
Right.
Like that's what this is. Like
the roots.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Y'all better come on with y'all analogies. Y'all better.
Which is my favorite
Neltron. We about that life.
I see. Oh yeah, y'all too. Yes. Yeah.
Always.
Man.
That's why he's our brother.
Yes, indeed. All right. We going to gravity.
Yes.
Pushing to pull.
That's life. That's life, right? Isn't that the circle of life? Pushing the pull, build and destroy, light and dark. Like, all right, Maxwell, I see you, bro. Like the beat is just different. It's you wouldn't expect that from Maxwell.
Now this you wouldn't expect because
this was I think this might be the most experimental song on here.
Yeah,
absolutely. And
I can agree with that.
And this reminds me of Madonna's bedtime story album. It's like Sanctuary and Bedtime Story-ish. It reminded when I was listening to this, I was like, okay. I like the one before. This song was definitely the most experimental song on the album. You know what I mean? But the pen is still there because he said, as the moments drip like water, I'll be patient. From my slaughter at dawn.
No, you got to start with, no, I'll be hunting.
I'll be hunting, yes. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Penning, yo. Like, woo. You still ignore my atmosphere on you, baby. And then he said, on you, baby. Why, yo?
Every hour is devoured.
Like Maxwell wants to be very clear. Yes. in his
I just
writing, he makes it
realized
very
this.
clear. Like,
When he
this is what
said
it
each
is. It
hour,
ain't, you ain't gotta think. This is what it is.
he said,
Woo!
this just came to me. He said every hour is devoured. And the next song is each minute, second.
Second, hour,
You know what I mean?
yearly,
The time
weekly.
reference. You know what I mean? Damn, this dude is stupid. Wow.
Stupid with it. Stupid.
Holy.
Yes.
I'll be
But yeah, this
watching.
is the most experimental song on the album, for sure.
And I still love it.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah, me too. It fits.
Wow.
It fits. Totally.
Mm.
Now, this, each hour, each second, each minute, each day of my life. That's crazy, guys.
And they say it so fast.
Let me tell you, this is the second favorite to me. This is my
so
second favorite joint on the album. Because now, if you want to know if he was influenced by Marvin, this is his "You Sure Love the Ball."
Yo.
Yep.
This is the R&B. This the R&B song on this album. This is the R&B song. Like,
yes.
This could have been a single. This should have been a single, like the Late Night Quiet Storm. To me.
Okay. I can see that.
I can see music.
That. I can see that.
Got the wah-wah guitar in there, and you know. Wow.
The drums on this is hitting your spirit, yo.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
So I am surprised that they didn't put out a slow single. So Quiet Storm, because Quiet Storm was still a thing at this point. So Quiet Storm, even though it was kind of going out, but you still had Midnight Love. Like, they needed a song that they could put on Midnight Love, throw it on the Quiet Storm. So at least you get like a adult contemporary type following on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that come and pay to see you 20 years from now. Them core fans, them older fans. That's who will come to your show long as it's not general admission. They're coming.
That part.
Long as you got
so they can actually sit down.
So it's like, yeah, it might pick up people that get them adult contemporary hits, but them the ones that can put on a show 20 years later that people come to
and have seats at their concert.
It's like,
I caught it.
Right.
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put out a slow song, but maybe because the other singers weren't giving traction, on them big labels, they lose interest and they move on. Especially if they out there and they got Mariah selling a billion albums. They're like, okay, whatever.
Max who?
Right.
Maxwell.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. This
fucking
song.
labels was the worst thing to happen to so many of our R&B.
Yes,
the artists, the true artists.
Yeah.
On
that's
the big labels,
who it really hurt.
Yeah, the true artists, like aforementioned Badu, D'Angelo, Maxwell, et cetera, et cetera.
They really didn't like artists that wrote for themselves and produced for themselves, and they couldn't fuck them up too bad in them contracts because they didn't have a whole lot to recoup.
I can't
really all Maxwell had to recoup was studio and in videos. But they didn't have to pay writers. They didn't have to pay producers.
Chloe just came out, and she said that the labels don't want you to write. They hate it. They hate that you can write. They hate if you want to produce your own record, all that. And she came out and told that shit.
Right.
So for you, sis, to say that, it's like Maxwell, like when we said when you open them album credits, it says all vocals Maxwell, writing Maxwell, vote. When it comes to D'Angelo, all vocals D'Angelo. He's playing the damn piano.
Guitars.
He's doing this. So he's recouping a lot of that money, and the label like fuck.
Right. He's actually talented.
He's actually talented.
So we were talking earlier. That's why that's why a lot of people that get signed don't necessarily have a whole lot of talent, and people that have a lot of talent don't have a deal or, have, whatever, or they don't push
The
necessarily
irony,
because they're not making as much money off of those multi-dimensional artists.
And I think Columbia probably was happy during this time anyway, because like we said in the beginning of the show, the times were changing. Music was changing. They knew that this album was not gonna compete with what Rodney and Timbaland and all of them was doing, and that was the focus. And like you said, Mariah was a cash cow. So this is who they focus on. They're gonna give her the $5 million budget, and they're gonna give Maxwell 500,000 and be like, okay, hopefully this hits. And if it doesn't, like you said, we're bored, we'll move on. But you got great music here. Like
they abandoned it and he still went platinum.
And y'all abandoned him.
So think if you'd have gave him just a little more push. Now, this album, I hate to say it was never going to do Mariah numbers or, that type of shit.
Right.
But I think with a right push, I think it could have went triple.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
With that right first video and song. I mean, what the fuck? You put a single out 10 days before the album? What the fuck?
Dumb move. Like you said, Elise and JR, they should have put Coco Cure out first, and then came Matrimony in the summertime for the weddings and receptions, family gatherings.
Yeah.
Everybody would have been at the family functions like, who is that? Oh, that's Maxwell.
Especially with Matrimony having Ascension vibes. Like, so the old folk already like that. So they hear that and it sounds, the people that was on Ascension, so they feeling that.
Yeah. That's why I thought that. That's
fucking week and a half. That pisses me off.
That's why I always thought that Matrimony should have been the first single, because you could have brought this out in like May. May, before the album comes out in June. People are flowing with it. Like you said, the summer is happening, weddings and shit is happening. People are going to play this at weddings. If you didn't know this, they'd have been like, yo, who is this?
Right.
Maxwell new joint. His album is out. You could talk it up, and like you said, a beautiful video, like you know what I'm saying, Matrimony was a beautiful video, and like they could have put the money into how they did with Urban Hate Suite. And like you said, Elise, it could have probably went maybe triple platinum during that time. You know what I mean?
It was just too different.
It was different.
You look at all the albums, and Elise, I'm sure you looked at all the albums that dropped in '98, and this stands alone.
Oh yeah, as far as R&B albums,
R&B albums that came out in '98.
Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute, y'all.
That's why they should have pushed it even more, because it would have stood out. The way that Urban Hate Suite, besides D'Angelo, wasn't nothing else sounded like that. And now it was a slow burn, but it was a burn, and it did great.
I just thought about something too.
What?
An album that came out on Columbia. Lauren.
Miseducation year.
Miseducation, yes.
Lauren.
Yeah.
That's where all the promo went.
Yeah. Because she had She had 7 singles, 5 videos.
Where all the money went. All the promo went to her.
Right.
Even though Maxwell came out in June, but her single for Do Out That Thing was out.
Oh my God, that shit was killing the club.
So she was everywhere. Like everywhere. Columbia was like, okay, we're gonna give Maxwell a little bit, but we focusing on Lauren.
I remember that. God,
I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, this is 98. I'm like, oh, Lauren comes out in August of 98, but her single probably came out in like May, June. So
I was in the club, yes.
Like this is the focus. And then this is so different from what Maxwell was giving us for Urban Hate Suite. So people didn't get it. And people are so fickle. They love you one minute, gone another.
Right.
And then Lauren comes out with Miseducation and shuts everything.
Everything. That's why I didn't buy the album, because I heard it everywhere. Everybody was playing. They had a girl in my class and in college who used to sound like Lauryn Hill. So it was just like Lauren's everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot.
Now I get it.
Yeah. That's a great point.
This is why.
That overshadowed.
Damn, Maxwell. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, but back to every second, every minute, every hour, every week, every day, every month, every whatever. That song, like you said, Neltron, this is the R&B record. This is strictly R&B to me. It gave you again, Sure Like the Ball with Marvin, and it just gave you classic Maxwell. Like if you loved Urban Hang Suite, you will love this record.
Oh yeah,
like,
this could have been on Urban Hang Suite too.
And then you see he saved it for the end.
Yeah,
he said, "Oh no, I'm gonna give you all this work before we get there, and I'm gonna give you the R&B record that y'all probably want, but I'm gonna do that shit at the end and be like, okay, I'll give you what you want, but before then, y'all gonna get all this experimental, y'all gonna get this great shit, and then I'm just gonna give y'all a typical R&B record at the end."
Amazing.
Smart guy he was.
Yeah, he is.
He said, y'all gonna get this work in the beginning.
Right.
Then I ended with an R&B record. So,
and if you chilling after the last song is gone, then you got a little Embrya, weird sounds.
I guess how you start is how you gotta end. Like that's what it is. Like
that's life.
It's life.
You know what I mean? You got the birth, the actual living through it, and then you got I'm out of here now.
I'm out. I'm done.
Great album, guys. Oh my God. This was so fun. I didn't. Yeah.
So where would you? Because I know Elise's, but where would you put this Neltron in his catalog for you?
Shit, man. They're two different. They're like my sons. I love Urban Hang Suite because it was raw, because it was heavy singles and the musicianship was right in your face. And I also love Embrya because it was new. It had sprinkles of urban. So if I had to choose, I like if you ask me who I love more out of my sons, I can't tell you because I love them for different reasons. So it's ranking wise, if I had a gun in my head, I live with this album. This album was part of my early years in college. So, and I was actually starting to learn about life with Urban Hang Suite was high school and like, all right. And I appreciated Urban Hang Suite more as I got older, but this one, I live with this one, like romantically, sexually, just learning about how to navigate through life, going to college and dropping out and student loans and all kind of shit. So this album is closer. So I have to say Embrya.
How did you say it in the Urban Hang Suite, sis? That Urban Hang Suite was the painting?
No, Urban Hang Suite was a movie or a play. And Embrya is an art gallery or art museum. You know.
Nice.
I love that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Like Urban Hang Suite is telling a literal story. This is telling more of an emotional story, and it kind of goes almost like a stream of consciousness. So it's not in order. It's just kind of showing you different.
Embrya is curating. He's bringing you with him. Like, this is why I made this song, Drown Deep, for this reason. Submerged for this reason.
Yes.
And Submerged is a painting by itself. That's like I can see that song. I can see it.
Absolutely.
I can see the colors. I can see the wave. And it's like, and then I can, yeah.
I feel like that. I feel that way with Drown Deep. Like I feel it. Like I'm a feeler of music. Again, I'm an emotional listener. So for me, I'm in that. Like that's why I say I felt like I'm on the water with Drown Deep. So with this, that's why it's so hard when people be asking, they be like, what's 1 and 2? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, but I go back to Embrya so much more than I do Urban Hang Suite. But Urban Hang Suite, like I said, if we wouldn't have gotten Urban Hang Suite, we couldn't have gotten Embrya.
Exactly.
So it's like you need both.
Right. Right. You have to have both.
You have to have both. Like if you didn't, then he was, like you said, Urban Hang Suite, he's raw. What you know what I'm saying? Just your first album is your whole life. You know what I'm saying? So that was his whole life he put in. Now, this was his this is a new life for him to me, because now he's in the industry. Things are different. He's seeing life different. He's no longer broke. He's this. Now he's in his artistic world. It's another welcome for him. It's like, hello, y'all, it's me again, but it's a whole different me. But I'm still giving you flavors of that, but this is a whole new me. So it's just really hard with Embrya. Like, it's so hard. That's why when I see people on the timeline asking you which one you like better, I never answer. I can't because it's like, but in the video, like you said, I had a gun in my head. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give number one to Urban Hang Suite, but this Embrya is damn near there. So it's like, now breaking it down with you two, it's like, I'm gonna have to say 1A and 1B. I can't give it. I can't do number two. I can't.
That's not fair.
Like,
that's not fair.
It's not. It's not at all. Like, Erica did it with freaking Baduism and Mama's Gun.
Right.
And D'Angelo did it with Brown Sugar and Voodoo. And Maxwell did it with Urban Hang Suite and Embrya. Like,
this is my hardest. Out those three, this is the hardest for me to choose.
This is for me. For me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because I can choose with D'Angelo and Erica. Right. But I get how they are very close. But Maxwell, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too hard. It's too hard. And I never want to kind of give a little discredit to the Urban Hang Suite because I needed that to get
Urban is amazing.
It is.
Don't that's what I want people out there to know. Like, don't get it twisted. Urban Hang Suite is a monster.
Yes, it is.
A monster. So wow.
Yes.
Golly, y'all.
So now we are at my favorite part of the show. You already know.
Snap. I sung it and she didn't even look at me, and I didn't know she was
said it. He sung it just like you.
Because I normally mouth
it,
but I was starting to sing it and you sung it.
At the same time.
I had at least.
At the same time. Y'all are weird. Are y'all the Wonder Twins? Do y'all activate
right now, Tom, right.
Sometimes I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
We be a little too in tune sometimes, a little scared.
Get out of my head.
You should know these things, JR.
Oh man.
Oh,
God. I love y'all, know, boy. I love y'all.
Hello, you are me and we are you, Elise.
Oh yeah. You are me and we are you.
Yes, we are you, girl.
We are us.
Yes. Until we become the okay. So favorite part of the show, that is our word song association. It is a true song association because I'm going to give you songs that were big in 98 and 99 since Embrya kind of dipped into both years with singles. And you tell me your first thought, memory, feeling, anything. Just whatever. Think fast. Don't try to overthink it.
Okay.
All right. We will start with somebody we were just talking about, Lauryn Hill, X Factor.
Breakup. Heartbreak. Amazing Wu-Tang. Can it be so simple?
So simple.
You know, the guitar riff at the end, amazing song by Miss Lauryn.
Yeah.
Not late.
It's my favorite from Miss Education.
It's your favorite?
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I picked that one.
Really?
I could have said any of the 7 singles, but that's why I picked that one.
Right. All them goddamn singles.
Right.
But yeah, man, X Factor is just such a great song. The way it and wasn't that about Wyclef, if I'm not mistaken? No? That was about Marley Boy? That was the Marley dude?
Nah, that whole album was a lot of Wyclef in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next song. Brian McKnight, Anytime.
Thief.
Ooh.
Thievery.
Oh, you are.
Thievery.
Oh.
Because you fucking with my girl Michelle, and that's my girl, so I'm going to call a spade a spade. So, thievery.
Oh, I knew that because when we talked to you about Michelle,
Oh,
you
right.
I was being messy.
I know.
Very messy.
I love it.
Y'all are messy.
Yes.
I'm trying to do Neltron like he do us, where he be trying to act like he
Yeah,
don't know what he doing, and he be doing.
yeah.
And he always kind of
Oh,
trick
he's
me. I be
good at
like,
that.
no,
Oh,
he
he's good
don't
at
know.
that.
Jay, I be like, he know. I be like, oh, I be trying to give you grace,
Yeah,
give
he
you the bit of.
know.
Jay, I be like, no, don't fall for that shit.
Evil.
Don't know. Because see, but then Neltron's so good with it because then he'll call me and he'll be like, so you saw what I did, right?
Shut up, JR. Shut up. Throw that key. Throw that.
Y'all whack, yo. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Out took that outside my door.
Yeah.
When I heard the original, I was yeah, I was pissed. I'm like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the industry, right?
Yep.
So
All
Unfortunate.
right. Faith Evans, Love Like This.
roller skating,
Yep.
roller skating rink, which they're sadly disappearing too. All this,
Yeah.
I don't. There's a documentary
That's
about the
very
roller
Called
true.
skate.
United States
Yes.
of America.
Oh man, dope doc.
It's a
I miss
very good
skating. I don't
documentary.
remember the last time I went skating, but if that song came on and that ball behind you, that disco ball, I used to as a kid, that disco
Yeah.
ball, I'll
Oh
be following
yeah.
the little lights and I'll like run into the wall or something. I
All
was
the good looking women sing along. Yeah.
oh faith, man. God.
Yeah,
It made me
man.
think of the club at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign?
Yes. Engine number 9.
Oh man. We used to dance. I used to sweat
Hard.
hard. I would dance with a
Very.
female. We would leave the club drenched and then go eat. Man, good times, good times.
Wow.
Yes, it was.
John B. They don't know.
Oh.
Wow. Uh, college, college. Just yeah, college times. I actually saw him for that album live, at the House of Blues, and yeah, great times. I forgot to tell y'all. Damn.
What?
The Embrya album. I had it in a CD case, a small case.
Mhm.
And it was Embrya, Hard Knock Life, Black Star, the Jermaine Dupri's album, DMX, and Aquemini. We chilling on the lakefront, New Orleans, and this little guy. I put my case in my cousin's car, and at the time, my cousin had 14-inch rims, which were hot back then. And the dude robbed him. He robbed us, gunpoint, and he took the car. So I lost Embrya. I had to buy Embrya like maybe 2 or 3 times. So it was just a
Oh
story that all those
wow.
discs got stolen, and they found the car like maybe the next day on some cinder blocks or whatever. But yeah, I remember that album being in there. I'm like, if I don't get another album, I got to get Embrya and Aquemini. So yeah,
Oh
yeah, we
wow.
got robbed gunpoint, man. That shit was crazy.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to interrupt the word
No.
association.
No, child. Tell it all. If you're gonna tell it, then you're gonna tell it all. And speaking of Usher, last song, Nice and Slow by Usher.
Oh wow, nice and slow. The video, was that the USHERRA was
Mhm.
why
Got a nigga feeling like Jodeci.
yeah, yeah. Good song. Yeah.
On the top, I'm in my top, in the street. Yes. But
Yeah, that was
yeah,
a dope song.
thank you, brother.
Oh, man. Yo, this was again
Oh God,
amazing,
this was
fun.
amazing.
You
I know we
ate,
go all
bruh.
over the place
You
sometimes, but
ate.
this was
You
oh
ate
man.
an album one. You ate it.
Did that.
We all did.
Yo,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
Maxwell. Salute to
You
Maxwell,
you
man.
ate some arroz con pollo, my
Yeah.
G.
Oh shit. You talk
Oh
about we whack.
God, this
That was
girl.
whack.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just
Oh
messing.
no, it
It
was.
wasn't. It was corny, but you know,
That's what we do.
I
Yeah.
know. We all be corny.
Yes.
Man, this was so
Yeah.
fun. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
Again, I love y'all. To the moon and back. I mean, y'all my tribe, so I'll be back to
Oh
do
yes.
whatever we can do, So
Yes.
yeah.
And we also would like to thank our viewers for hanging out with us, sticking it through with us. The numbers are growing. We
Oh,
we told y'all to bring some cousins, and y'all have been doing it. So
yeah.
just let's make the family reunion even bigger. Let's get people talking about R&B, learning about it, knowing that it goes past the singles. Um, that you need to digest whole albums before you speak on them, and it's very easy to do. You just listen, just listen. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Peace.